Good afternoon and welcome to the Boston Police Academy. I'd like to welcome you to Boston Police Academy Cadet Training Class 2016. This is the first cadet training class that we've had since 2009, and it's a program that has been very beneficial to members of the Boston Police Department. I myself, 33 years ago, was a Boston Police Cadet, and through that experience, I learned what policing was and turned it into a career in law enforcement. I am now the Chief of the Bureau of Professional Development and run all the training for the Boston Police Department. What you learn as a cadet can form your life for the rest of your life. As I told you all the first day, Monday was the first day of the rest of your life. You're going to learn things here about policing that you never thought that you'd know. You're going to see that policing is very different than what the media likes to portray us to be. Everybody who joins the police department wants to do something good to help people, and that's why people take this profession. We're hoping that through these next 2 years that you will learn more about yourself, you'll learn about your communities, you'll learn about humanity, and that you take all those lessons you learn and you turn them in, and someday you come back and you be Boston police officers and use all that experience to better your communities. Myself as a cadet, had I not become a Boston Police Cadet, I probably would have never become a police officer. Growing up in Roxbury, police weren't the things that young black people wanted to aspire to be. But joining the police department showed me that police officers were good people, that they all had families, and that they were just like my family. They were just people that were doing an extremely hard job with really tight circumstances. And hopefully you'll see that. And like I said, in 2 years, you'll come back through this door as a recruit class, and you'll make your community and your city very proud of all the hard work that you put in to get to that point. There's a lot of other people in this room who were police cadets. Commissioner Evans is a former police cadet. Superintendent Chief William Gross is a police cadet. Superintendent Kevin Buckley was a police cadet. Deputy Kelly Nee. Detective Richie Whalen, and I don't know where he is, he was a police cadet. Officer Ezekiel, your guide, was a police cadet. So a lot of us have come through this program, and had it not been for it, we wouldn't be standing where we are this day. It's a very vital program. I'm so very happy to see that the department and the city decided to bring it back. You guys are going to make a tremendous difference out there. You're going to help us a lot. You're going to learn a lot. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you back here in 2 years when you become a recruit class. So with that, I'd like to introduce the mayor of the city of Boston, the Honorable Martin J. Walsh.
Thank you, Superintendent. Thank you, Superintendent Holmes. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank Commissioner Evans and Chief Gross and all of the great police officers here today from the Boston Police Department. And as Lisa said, as Superintendent said, you know, the cadet program is a great opportunity. In 2009 was the last time there was a cadet class. When I became mayor of the city of Boston, we looked to see how do we make sure we continue the great diversity of our police department. How do we continue to make sure we give opportunities, and that's what we're here today. There are 42 of you, 31 are kids of color, young people of color, and 15 are women. It's also important to make sure that we have a good gender balance in our police department. So I'm excited about the opportunities. I'm excited about you going on today. I just want to give you a couple words of advice. If you have Facebook, get rid of it. If you have Twitter, get rid of it. Just because you're in a whole different role now. You're a whole different realm. I mean, as cadets for the Boston Police Department, you're going to be held to a different standard. And it's important that you understand that and that your family and friends understand that as well. So there's a great opportunity here for you to really do incredible things in our city. We want candidates who have a deep knowledge and understanding of the neighborhoods they live in. That's what you represent. We want young people in the city of Boston, young boys and girls, to look up to the police department, the Boston Police Department, and want to aspire to become a police officer. That's an opportunity that you have right now to do. We want you to serve as role models in our community. It's something that's very important for us to make sure that you serve as role models in your different neighborhoods. Over the next 2 years, you'll be part of the action here in the Boston Police Department. Some of you are going to be working in headquarters, some of you are going to be working in district offices, some of you will be working in specialized units. You're going to see firsthand what it means to be a police officer and all the hard work that it goes into being a police officer here in the city of Boston. You're also going to see how Boston has become a national example of community policing and how we're going to continue that as we move into the next next period here in this country. We have a more inclusive, diverse police force is going to continue us to be even stronger here in the city. Now it's an important time for cities and states to step up. We don't know what's going to happen. The presidential election just happened, but that's not going to stop Boston continuing doing the great things that we do every single day. In a time of national tension, and we've seen a lot of different tension in different neighborhoods, different cities around the country over different reasons, Boston has always stayed fast and continue moving very steady forward. We've been called down, Commissioner Evans and myself and the police department's been called down to the White House to sit with President Obama and sit with his administration to talk about what's happening in Boston. That's what they usually say, what's happening in Boston. What's happening in Boston is our police department is an incredible police department. That's what's happening in Boston. But it doesn't mean that every single day we don't work at it to make our police department better. So that's going to be the roles and responsibility that a lot of you are going to have. I want to thank you for being part of this important work. I know many of you want to be police officers. That's why you signed up. That's why you took the test. And when you came in here yesterday, you probably had an awakening when you went home last night going, oh man, it's a little different than what I expected. But that's what makes great police departments, is great training, great officers. Work with your fellow officers when you get to those stations. Pick the officers that you see come early and leave late. Be mentored by them, talk to them about different situations. There's an incredible opportunity here today for all of you, and I'm very proud, as mayor of the city of Boston, you're my first cadet class ever to go on, so I'm proud of that. Commissioner Evans is the commissioner of the Boston Police Department. It's his first class as commissioner. Chief Willie Gross, it's his first class as chief. So we're all proud of this class, and we want you to be successful. Because if this class isn't successful, that hurts the program. We want to do more of this. So I want to, again, congratulate you and thank you. And as I opened with Facebook and Twitter, I'm dead serious about that.
They have that class Friday.
You have that class Friday, so from now to Friday, don't be tweeting anything crazy. And don't be posting things on Facebook that are crazy. When you're out having fun with your friends, remember the responsibility, who you are and what your role is. Remember that when you go to work the next day, your friends, wherever they go back to school or to work, you have a patch that's on your shoulder and you have a badge that's on your chest. And that brings up the level of seriousness that we expect from everyone in this class. So I wish you the best. I'm going to see you out in the streets. I drive all over the streets, and I look forward to working and talking to you as you progress in your journey to become a member of this the best police department in the country, the Boston Police Department.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And before I go on and introduce the commissioner, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to my extraordinary staff that I have here at the Police Academy. None of this is done without them. They work tirelessly day in and day out to make sure we put out the best product. They spend nights and weekends studying up, and they train and they travel and they learn the best tactics so they can come back here and make you the best that you can be. So I'd like everybody to just give my staff at the Police Academy a great hand. And I also neglected to announce that Officer Orion was also a Boston Police Cadet. She's so quiet, sometimes you have to remember she's there. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce the Boston Police Commissioner, Mr. William Evans.
Mr. Thank you, Miss. Well, welcome to the cadet class, 42 years. I'm real proud, and we're very happy to have you on board. As the mayor said, I think we have the finest police department in the country, and we have 42 excellent candidates that will add a lot of diversity, which I'm very happy with, as well as a lot of sharp, bright kids to carry on the tradition. I think, we've had a great department. I continually talk, and the mayor talks about it, how we continue to bring crime down. But when I come to every new recruit class, the main thing I always want to stress is what our role is in the community. And our role isn't going out there and locking kids up or achieved by how many arrests we get. We really stress the importance of working with the community and diverting kids and young adults out of the system. And, our crime over the last 2 years has gone down almost 15%. But what myself and the mayor and the chief and all of us are proud of is we locked up almost 27% less in doing that. So we're really working hard in the community. And, if you come into this job thinking the job's all about crime fighting and making arrests, that's not what it's about. we're ambassadors. We're out there working with the community. We're trying to make a difference in, especially the young kids' lives, who, as we see every day, we have the gun violence on the street. That's our biggest challenge. It has been me and the mayor's challenge from day one, making a difference in these kids' lives. So as you go out there, and I know Lisa in the academy does a great job. They bring a lot of community partners into the academy. So when you and all of our peers and recruits go out, it's not us against the community. It's us with the community. We go out sort of as problem solvers, not out as crime fighters and as warriors. That whole guardian principle, that's what we stress here. So, and we've had remarkable success. I think we got a great relationship with the community, as we've seen, and we need you to carry that on when you go out to do your mission. Like Lisa said, Superintendent Holmes, I should say, I'm sorry, Lisa, a lot of us have been cadets. I started as a cadet 36 years ago with Kevin Buckley, the chief, Kelly Nee, all of us were cadets. And I remember sitting there, with the same white shirt on. Believe it or not, I was probably 30 pounds heavier then. I'm probably the only one who could say there would say I was heavier then, you know what I mean? But, I loved being a cadet. I really did. I got to go through college, and I encourage a lot of you while you're doing this. We're very accommodating to further your education. So if you get on a shift, we'll accommodate you to go to college. It's real important while you're doing this to also continue your education. And I was able to do this, but in this job you get to do a lot of things. We'll have you up in 9/11 answering calls. We'll have you taking reports. We'll have you running errands. You really get to see all aspects of this job. And then after 2 years, you get a good idea of, hey, is this job for me or is it not for me? And so this is a great program. After the 2 years, you get a good chance to get on this job. And, I always say that in the 36 years that I've worked here, I've never got up a day that I didn't want to go to work. It's a great job. It's an exciting profession. Yeah, we have sometimes a lot of negative publicity. You see a lot of negative things, but at the end of the day, when you go home, if you're doing your job right, and you're ethical, and you're respectful, you have no problem going to sleep at night. So, myself, the department, are very happy to have you all on board, and we welcome all of you in making this department even a better department than it is. So, thank you all.
Officer Zika, will you call recruit class 2016 to attention, please?
Class, attention.
Now, when I give you the oath, when I say state your name, say your name. I hate doing
Raise
these.
your right hand.
All right.
Raise your right hand.
Ready? All right. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend the constitutions of the United States of America. And the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I will obey all department rules and regulations with integrity and to the best of my ability. A little different. I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as police cadet with the Boston Police Department. Well, you passed your first test, so thank you. Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
Big seats.
Will he say a few things?
Welcome Superintendent-in-Chief William Gross.
Thank you, classmate. We go way back. Cadet class, Boston Police Academy class, command staff. Oh yeah, in high school as well. Congratulations, you're now Boston Police Cadets. You're a part of a proud family from a department that is the #1 police department in this nation at this point, and was the first police department in this nation, beginning from 1630. When you get your patches soon, you'll know that. when you go through the police academy to become a police officer. You've heard from some great speakers today, the mayor, the commissioner. But what really resonates is that we were poor kids raised by the community. So you can never forget that. Poor kid from South Boston, community helped raise him. He's now the commissioner. Poor kid from Dorchester, raised by the community. He's now mayor. You can't forget that. Myself, poor kid from Dorchester. Lisa, poor kid from Roxbury. All poor kids, but raised by the community. That's what must resonate in your mind, that we are community policing for first and foremost. You never forget where you came from. Always have a little empathy, sympathy, care, and respect for others. It does not make you weak, but it just makes you stronger. Again, you're a part of a proud tradition. You're family now. But just as important, you're the best ambassadors that we could have right now. The youth of our community serving as Boston Police Cadets. As you look around the country, all this anti-police sentiment, who would want to do what you do now? But you stepped up. You stepped up to be a part of a proud family, a family that protects and serves. So we salute you for having the intestinal fortitude to come forth in these trying times in our nation to do a job that's above and beyond all others, to protect and serve, and be humble about it. Machismo's gone, tough guy's gone. We bring it when we have to. Speak with the voices of logic, and you'll be just fine. Again, welcome. I'm glad the police commissioner can still fit in his cadet uniform, but not me. I'm proud of that, too. But again, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're going to get kind of a workout, but it builds character. You're going to know what it means to be a part of the police family, but you're going to know what it means as well to be a part of this community and be a successful part of this village. So, again, thank you and welcome.
Well, thank you, Chief Gross, Mayor Walsh, Commissioner Evans. With that, that ends our portion of this program. I'm going to turn this over to Lieutenant Detective McCarthy and Mr. Jamie Keneally. Officer Jamie Keneally. We're good? Okay.
Well, good luck, everybody. Good luck.
Thank you.